back, everybody. Our next guest is one of the world's most beloved celebrity chefs. He burst onto the culinary scene back in 1999 with his very first cookbook and TV show, The Naked Chef.
Now, over 25 years later, he's still going strong, teaching home cooks, including me, to make fast and delicious meals with his latest book, Simply Jamie. It's the one and only Jamie Oliver.
Yeah!
Hi, everyone. How are you?
It's so to have you here because I've watched you so many times, and I understand that you've written over 25 books.
28 books.
Right?
Normally one a year.
Wow.
The odd Christmas book here and there, but yeah, no, I love it.
And now you have Simply Jamie. So what are you serving up this time?
Well, Simply Jamie was inspired by the sad data that none of us cook as much as we ever have before, right? So, yeah, more processed foods, more foods that we're reheating and less actual sort of scratch cooking. So really, that's like a little homage to getting people cooking, super simple, breaking it down from no-cook pasta sauces to, I know that most people are buying chicken and salmon, so I'll give you loads of recipes for easy ways to make it delicious and interesting, not boring. Lovely things to do at the weekend that you can batch cook and save yourself time and money later on in the week. So I've really just tried to break it down so it's a useful modern-day cookbook and hopefully get people cooking again. That's what we want.
Exactly. This book is all about bringing joy back into the kitchen. And I have to say, even your newsletter, I get 5 recipes from you, I believe, like a week, that have ignited passion in me. And I'm a home cook, and I love cooking, but it's not my living. So who does that, or what does that for you? How do you recharge your love and passion for cooking?
I think cooking is just like, you know, if you're into music or like going on holidays, like there's horses for courses, right? You can have the flashiest meal in the world at the wrong time, it's terrible. You can have the most humble, simple, basic thing at the right time and it's genius. So for me, I just love, I'm always learning. I learn from talking to people, reading, traveling, making mistakes. It's a constant learning curve. I mean, we're so blessed, the world's become a smaller place. And if you think about Canada, how many different kind of cultures and foods come with that? So I really, when I see cooking skills dying, I see culture dying. So it's not just the fact that people have less choices, and because when you can cook, you have choices. Whether you're rich or poor, you have choices. The places in the world which have inspired me the most and given me the most delicious food have never been rich. Right? And they've sat around that table and they've been laughing and giggling. It's just like the world's perfect. And when you're poor and you can't cook, that's bad. And I see that a lot.
You do.
And that's when you haven't got choices. And there's no greater pain in the world than when you can't nourish your family properly. So, yeah, like, I believe like 10 recipes to save your life. You know, 10 principles. Actually, those principles are in that book, like how to do a roast, how to do a stew, how to do a soup, how to make salads taste good, like those fundamentals where you can pick up cheap stuff and make it delicious. That's what it's all about.
Love
That's a beautiful answer. One of the fun things about social media is that we sort of get a glimpse behind the scenes of you and your beautiful family. And you and your wife, Jules, recently renewed your vows, not once, but twice. You did it in 2023 with a sort of romantic beach celebration with the whole family.
You're really leaning in on that kiss there, Jamie.
Oh, yeah, I was going for it.
And then
the kids were like, slow down, Dad. No more. No more kids.
And then you renewed them again in Vegas
Elvis.
with an Elvis impersonator. So I need you, help us. 2 unmarried, technically, people. What's behind this? Does it get more meaningful every time you do it?
Okay, these are deep questions, high pressure. I mean, we've been married 25 years this year. The obsession, thank you. Look, I mean, if you love someone, like it's, when they're in the church and they're saying, like, you know, in sickness and health, it's tough. And just because you marry someone you love them, like, you're probably going to not like them much half of the time. So, like, I think if you can just work out a way to meander that, and we know the statistics, right? So it's just like, you know, you just do your best, you try your best, you know, try and keep things fun. And, like, for me, my love letter is food. I've always loved cooking for my wife. I love cooking for people. Like, the idea of caring about something. And like, my kids take the mickey out of me and they call me all sorts of things because I like to make the table nice and lay it and like just because I care. Like, you don't have to care, but like, it's nice to care about anything. So, I don't know, it's good to try and make it work, and you know, I do my best. and I'm, you know, I'm not saying I'm perfect, you know, we can both be arses sometimes, but yeah, that was, you know, but we keep on. And, you know, like, and as far as getting married again, I don't know what that's about. That's her to me.
Okay.
Dude, like, you know, the second one we did because it was 20 years and there was COVID and stuff. The third one, now it's 25 years. We'll probably have to do it again. So I'm going to be skint, honestly, every time it's another wedding. It's bloody hell.
For it. And speaking of family and kids, I want to ask you this question. We had a very spirited conversation earlier this week, and I want to get your opinion on it. We were talking about actress Angelina Jolie admitting that she really doesn't like acting. She did it because it was her mom's dream. Her mom was a French actress, right? So we were talking about how much does what your parents do influence you? And I understand both of your parents are in the food industry. Yeah. You, of course, are a very accomplished chef, and your young son has a cooking show on YouTube. So how much do you think what we do is baked into our DNA, or are we influenced by what our parents do?
Yeah, I mean, like, you can see, like, with Buds, like, he doesn't want to be a chef. He actually doesn't. He doesn't want to follow in my footsteps per se, but he has always seen me cooking, and he's always cooked. And because of that exposure, he finds it easy. So exposure makes complex things easy. And I think that's why I believe if I had a magic wand for Canada, I'd make sure every child, by the time they leave school at 16, can cook the 10 recipes to save their life.
Right, yes. Right.
Why? It would be the cheapest use of Canadian dollars. It would make the nation happier, healthier, more productive. And culturally, just celebrate the things that make the country so special. And so I really believe that. Look, I think it is all... Parents can be pushy, and I always think it's sad when they kind of force things to the next generation. I think you've got to let them go themselves. And obviously, she's a great actress.
Yes.
The question is she happier because she chose to do what her mum wanted? So I don't know. But as a parent, I kind of think that it's nice to let your kids find their own way. Anything they're passionate about, you know...
Support that.
Yeah, I think so. Whatever that is.
Absolutely. All right, before we let you go, you have a big announcement. You have a new show premiering on this coming Monday. It's called Jamie's Money Saving Meals. Talk to us about it. We're super excited.
Well, every January, everyone seems to be skint. Like, we've run out of money, the paychecks are a little bit further away, we've overindulged at Christmas, bought one too many presents, and it happens every year like clockwork. So what I try and do, and it's a real honour to do it, is the most delicious food is not always foie gras and fillet steak.
No.
Right? Honestly, that's like the lazy way out, right? So if you go to the supermarkets or markets and you start finding those classic ingredients, veggies, pulses, legumes that are cheap to make, I just do great things with them and try and get the country cooking not just delicious food, but cheap food. Like, in the UK, we call it £1 wonders. But yeah.
So, I love that.
That's really great.
But, you know, I think it's like, I always try and find ways that there's no excuse. So if you can buy the ingredients, that's one thing. If it's quick, great, that's another thing. And also if it's cheap, like if it's good value for money, if it's a fraction of the price of a takeaway, it's a bit of a win-win.
Yeah, great advice. Listen, Jamie, we are so excited and honored to have you here on the show. Thank you so much for stopping by. Jamie's Money Saving Meals premieres this Monday, January 13th at 8 p.m. Eastern on CTV Life Channel, CTV.ca, and the CTV app. Don't forget that.
And don't forget the latest cookbook is called Simply Jamie, and its companion series, Jamie Fast and Simple, is available to stream now on CTV.ca and the CTV app. Now, studio audience, Jamie has a little surprise for you. He's sending you home with your own cookbook.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Happy cooking.
Hey, you, come a bit closer. We've got so many more must-see interviews, spicy debates, lifestyle tips, and pop culture moments. So subscribe to our channel by tapping the logo below and don't miss out.